Now we're joined this morning, this Motivational Monday morning, by Doreen from Towers Stone Leadership Centre. We're talking about a very important thing, what's called a still point, and about how finding this can actually be pivotal and key to your professional and personal success. And I think just to recap what we spoke about in our first little session, how does one begin to find a still point?
It is extremely important to ask yourself two questions. And the one is, if I want to lead others, I need to be able to lead myself. If I want to lead myself, I need to understand myself. And that is really the core of still point. So to understand that, one needs to understand that there are certain multiple intelligences, and these multiple intelligences are integrated to one another.
Okay.
And the question that people always ask is, where do I start?
Yeah.
You start with your thinking.
Okay.
I don't think we always make enough time to really reflect and to pause for a moment.
Yeah.
Because thinking influences the way you feel. If you think about this morning, what we think is how we're going to feel. And that emotion and feeling leads to how we're going to behave the rest of the day. And how we're going to behave the rest of the day is going to influence how I relate to other people.
Yeah.
So therefore, to understand yourself, you need to make time to reflect.
Yeah.
You need to make time to still your mind.
Yeah.
And that is not always an easy thing to do,
Definitely
as you
not.
know yourself.
Yeah, because we go around every single day working, multitasking on so many different levels that it does become rather difficult to just kind of quiet yourself down and then, reflect, as you say.
Yes.
Now, we spoke about the 7 levels of consciousness, and I just want us to kind of, name them in a specific order so that our viewers out there just get a better picture of what it is that we're talking about.
Sure. There are 7 levels, as you rightfully said. The first 3 levels is about yourself. It is about your survival. It is about your relationships. In other words, your security, your safety levels of consciousness. And it's also about your self-confidence, So you can understand those values that sit in those levels are all about me. What is important when you start working on your still point is to go through level 4, which is transformation. Okay. And transformation is really to move from the me to the common good of the world, to understand that, life is not about me. It is really to help others to unlock their potential. So when you go through transformation, you will move up to level 5, which is more about having internal cohesion with yourself. In other words, have that inner peace with yourself. And still point is also talking about that. The moment you find yourself in this level 5 of internal cohesion, you can actually start making a difference out there to the world. And that's where we actually, as women in business today, need to be able to find ourselves, is to make a difference out there and really help people to unlock their potential. Yeah. And as we know, a lot of people are struggling with that because we're so busy in our day-to-day activities with what we should do. And then the last level is really to find yourself very content with who you are, and so therefore you can use your time and your energy to service other people without expecting always something back.
So if I'm connecting the dots correctly, then all of these levels that we've gone through speak about, like you said in the beginning, understanding yourself so that you can reach that still point, because it's so important to know yourself first. You've got to know yourself before you can lead others as well. All right.
Very important.
We've got lots of questions on Facebook that I'm going to dedicate to our next little segment that we do, and please keep them coming. We want to ask Doreen all that we can so that we can utilize the time with her this morning to motivate you into having a very, very awesome week. Stick around. When we come back after the break, it's time for your Express News.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.